Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So today, of course, happy Saturday. Let's continue talking about Bitcoin. Okay, what's going on with Bitcoin? We had a pretty volatile week. So let's talk about it. But also, let's talk about Ethereum and key Ethereum projects. Since Ethereum is so hot, what about some of these other projects that exist that support Ethereum and its ecosystem? So today, let's talk about several of those projects that I think are pretty important. So let's do this. Welcome, guys. Like I said, happy Saturday. I'm starting a little bit later than usual. I had something going on, but I am here with you guys. Bitcoin is right around 69,000. Okay, so not too bad. Yes, we fell down a little bit, right? We had some volatility, went down to 66,000, and then we came right back up. We're around 69,000. We're not too far away from 70,000, and surely the next leg up isn't that far away either. It's right around the corner. And of course, we had a lot of ETH excitement as well. I mean, obviously with the Ethereum ETF, I mean, that's a big jump, and Ethereum is still holding around 3,700, 3,800, and is nearing $4,000 soon, right? So both of these projects obviously have done pretty well this past week, even though there was some volatility, some scam wicks like this. Look at this. Look, I saw this happen yesterday. Good thing I had a stop loss set. I mean, like, boom. This is on Coinbase too. Do you realize how much dumping one needs to do to cause a scam wick like this? To go from 69,000 all the way down to 67,008. I mean, that must be like $100 million or something like that on the spot market to make that happen. That's incredible. Okay, so we did have a little bit of volatility. But you know what? Let's get started. We will have rate cuts this year. Okay, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about it. I've been talking about it for a long time. So this will drive markets higher. So this is one of the narratives on why the entire market, not just Bitcoin and Ethereum, but the entire market is going up, because if the Fed cuts rates, which they will, even though inflation is still an issue, they're forced to do this because of the election. The big election coming up in November. So this is going to get done. So all the talk from all the Fed governors and presidents and board members about how we should leave elevated rates and then maybe even think about rate hikes and all that nonsense. Yeah, none of that is going to apply. We will get rate cuts, okay? According to this headline, we're not going to get any until this summer. Well, no duh. We're already in summer. Come on. June is right around the corner, and I've already said this. I mean, people anticipate that we're going to get rate cuts faster. I'm like, no, it's probably going to be in the summer. It makes sense. And summer is a fantastic time, okay? Why not? Why not? So that is something to look forward to, obviously. But, of course, those people that truly don't understand why Bitcoin is important, well, all they need to do is look at inflation, right? Inflation is the root of all money evils, I guess. And I was trying to explain that to several people, actually, the last few days. And, more and more people, regular people, they've been hearing about Bitcoin, and they've been hearing about inflation. They don't like it. So more and more people, just normal average Joes, are learning or trying to learn about Bitcoin because of what's going on with inflation and with the federal banks and with all the quantitative stuff that they're doing. So yeah. All right. Another headline I saw today, NASDAQ closes at basically all-time high because of NVIDIA. Okay. Now, NVIDIA, this was staggering. I didn't know this, but NVIDIA is the only asset out there that has outappreciated Bitcoin in the last 10 years. Now, keep in mind, Bitcoin has been around longer than 10 years. So obviously, if you stretch this back to say 15 years or 14 years, Bitcoin will lead by miles. Okay, but within the last 10 years, you got to give credit. Nvidia is probably the only asset that I would appreciate Bitcoin in the last 10 years, which is incredible if you think about it. Like absolutely mind-boggling. People that bought Nvidia 10 years ago made 25,000%. Not too bad. But what about the next 10 years? What about from 2024 to 2034? Is there any chance that Nvidia is going to outperform Bitcoin? Near zero chance, according to crypto executives. And I agree with that because Nvidia is such a large company already, nearing $3 trillion. Can they actually outperform Bitcoin over the next 10 years, considering they're already at $3 trillion? I don't know. I think there's very little chance because you know why? Because there's only one Bitcoin. Okay, Nvidia may be hot now. They may not be hot in 10 years. But that's pretty staggering stat. I just, you got to give Nvidia props for that. But why do I think Nvidia has near zero chance or zero chance of beating Bitcoin? Because, you can't compete. You can't compare Bitcoin with anything else. Bitcoin is the ultimate store of value. Nvidia, and you could even say Ethereum and anything else out there, they're technology driven, right? They're like operating systems, or they are like the underlying layer of something else. But nevertheless, they're technology driven and they can be replaced by something else very easily. But Bitcoin, on the other hand, it's a store of value. And I don't think we'll ever see anything that can replace that in the near future. Maybe there's something else that will be invented that'll be better in Bitcoin. But as of right now, it just does not seem like anything else can compete. Okay? And that's why these institutions keep on loading up. Because right now, as a store of value, nothing is better than Bitcoin. So look at the American ETFs. Now they have purchased 855,000 Bitcoin within 3 months, 4 months, okay? And if you look at all the other ones out there across the world, yes, there are ETFs across the world and other areas of the world. They have accumulated tremendously as well. So if you add it all together, we're talking about about 1 million Bitcoin being eaten up by the ETFs alone. And mostly within the last 4 months because of Wall Street. So that's what, 68 billion, 69 billion, $69 billion within a matter of months. Imagine the next 10 years, right? One of the big reasons why I don't think Nvidia is going to outperform Bitcoin is this, because of institutional adoption. They know it's the greatest store of value there ever is and probably ever will be. So it's finally, they have finally woken up and said, yeah, we need to start accumulating, right? So this is absolutely fantastic. If you're wondering, BlackRock is about to surpass Grayscale in terms of Bitcoin holding. So 289,000 versus 287,167. So within the next day or two, you go see that flippening happen. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but Grayscale brought it upon themselves. Or I don't know if you could blame Grayscale for this, but a lot of it was due to their parent company, DCG, and their sister company, Genesis, needing to sell off a whole bunch of Bitcoin to pay off creditors. Yeah, I don't know if there was some other thing that was going on. The CEO of Grayscale stepped down, and I don't know what's going on over there. But yeah, but BlackRock may be the dominant ETF next week. And then the last few things about Bitcoin I'll share about this. From a technical standpoint, You know, we're all waiting for the next leg up, and I've said it. I made a call earlier this week. I may be wrong, or maybe I'm right. There's still a couple days to go. So from a TA perspective, we're retesting, okay, this upper channel, and the next breakout is 76,000. And according to this, yes, this is like a, what do they call it, a bullhorn pattern. If we break out of that, we're going to go higher. So near term, Bitcoin is ready to rock, ready to break out. Long term, we know it's going to go higher. Next 10 years, it could be at $5 million each. But short term, we know Bitcoin is in the parabolic bull cycle of this 4-year cycle, and it is ready to rock, especially with rate cuts coming. Right now with Ethereum ETFs approved, that's coming. That's going to bring a lot of liquidity. And plus, these institutions are not going to stop buying. There are just so many reasons why Bitcoin is getting ready to make this next leg up, which could be right around $80,000. And then after that, 6 figures. Here we come. Yep. Good stuff. All right. Now, outside of Bitcoin, of course, Ethereum, right? Ethereum obviously had a very, very good week. In fact, a crazy week. It's up 20% for the week. Like I said, closing in at 3,800 and maybe 4,000 soon. So you may be wondering, well, if Ethereum is doing so well, what about all these other projects that do relate to Ethereum? Okay, and we'll cover some of them and some games too. But one of the big things that is being used right now, okay, is Zk-Rollups. And basically it's a way for projects to utilize another layer to process information off chain, which basically makes things faster and cheaper, because right now we know Ethereum does not scale very well, right? Even though it's made its move to proof of stake, still can't handle nearly as much transaction as some of these other L1s. That's why Zk-Rollups are used in a lot of L2s and dApps to help scale Ethereum. And even Vitalik himself had said years ago that he believes that Zk-Rollups would be the main solution to scale Ethereum. And even himself is trying to roll that in the development of Ethereum to help it scale, right? But in the meantime, we do have a lot of projects already using it. But again, what are Zk-Rollups? Basically, it's a way that you can batch transactions, okay, off the main chain, in this case, off Ethereum, process on another chain, and then basically just send validation to the main chain that it's been processed and it's been done. So it's another layer. That's why we call it layer 2, right? Ethereum is layer 1, and all these other Zk-Rollup chains are called layer 2s. Not every L2 is using Zk-Rollups, but many of them are. For example, Starknet, and they are actually quite popular too. The one that I don't talk a lot about, but Starknet is pretty big. They do have a ton of TVL, and they are using Zk-Rollups as well. So they're a big one. And another big one I know you guys know of is Polygon. Polygon is also using Zk-Rollups. In fact, they developed Zk-EVM that is being used by other projects right now, right? And basically exactly what it is. Zk-EVM is just another layer to help scale Ethereum. But in Polygon's case, it not only helps scale normal transactions, but also the virtual machine, which is basically what processes all the smart contracts. So Polygon is definitely in that space, and there's many others in that space, but they themselves, Polygon 2.0, is also going to be ZK based. So Polygon's kind of in a weird transition right now. They have Polygon, the normal Polygon chain, which they just consider the normal chain. Then they do have their Zk-EVM chain, which they do actually license that out to others. And I'll talk about who actually uses them. And they themselves are moving to Polygon 2.0. That's also ZK based. Okay, and that is the big transition. When they're finally ready to do that, they will release another token called the Pole token, which will replace the Matic token, right? So they are definitely moving in that direction. They have spent hundreds of millions of dollars. Yeah, that's right, hundreds of millions of dollars to try to perfect this. I remember in 2021, they bought several ZK-based projects to help them with this. That's how much they are banking on this, right? Banking on the fact, well, they want to be the dominant L2 for Ethereum, but they're banking on the fact that Zk-Rollups and technology will basically solve all the issues in regards to congestion and high gas fees and interoperability, and even also some privacy, because you could use ZK to also have private transactions as well. So you can layer that in too if you wanted to, right? So they're making a big move. So, but in addition, you know, there are many games, okay, that are being used, not only these L2s, but with ZK as well. So I'll get to one of those in a little bit. But Polygon definitely has some big partnerships. Immutable is one of them, right? So look at this headline: $100 million gaming fund between Immutable, this King River Capital, and Polygon Labs. So they're trying to utilize ZK not only for like DeFi and just dApps in general, but also into games. Now, I did mention about ZK EVM, right? That's one of the things that Polygon developed and have licensed out. And you know what? Illuvium is also using that ZK EVM. In fact, that's their main chain. They call it Illuvium ZK EVM chain, which is directly from Polygon. They basically licensed it from them. And you guys know that Illuvium, or most of you guys know, that Illuvium is purely a gaming chain at this point. They focus on NFTs and games. That's all they do, right? And they're utilizing ZK for that purpose to kind of make sure that, hey, dApp makers, or game makers in this case, and NFT makers can come on board Illuvium and produce whatever they want without worry about high gas fees, right, from Ethereum. So they have been raising a lot of money recently, $12 million ahead. This is a recent raise of their ecosystem launch, which of course is gaming based. They have also offered $50 million in token rewards to Ethereum gamers. Okay, so just for playing games, just for playing games and using exchanges and trading NFTs, basically just to get people to come on board, right? So they're definitely making a big push right now and raising a whole lot of money, and they are growing by leaps and bounds. They also have something else. They have their Passport, which is used in some of the NFT games or games in general, hits 1 million signups, right? And that's why Immutable actually has been doing pretty well. Last year performance up about 240%. So Immutable is definitely one of those projects you need to pay attention to. And same thing with Polygon, except Polygon is going through this weird transition right now where there's a lot of moving parts, so that's why I think they've been stagnant. But Illuvium has definitely been doing well. But something else, you know, outside of just major chains, right, there are other projects that are using ZK technology to scale. In fact, games is one of the big predictions for 2024 from VanEck, right? I covered this before. They made many predictions, but one of the predictions they made is that we're gonna get some kind of breakout blockchain game, right? And that will bring millions of users into the space, and they even listed. They even listed Immutable X, right? But there are many others that are coming in, and they want to get the users, right? So VanEck, even they are predicting that blockchain games will be a big thing of this year and I guess this cycle, right? But another one that I found, and this is one that a lot of you guys have brought up before that I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to, but ZkRace is also an example of a game that is utilizing ZK technology, and it's purely a game. It's not a L2. It's not a DeFi project. It's a pure game, a pure racing horse game that is utilizing Zk-Rollup because they want that scalability. In fact, this started on Polygon and it couldn't scale and they had a lot of problems. So they actually moved to their own chain because they want that scalability and transparency and all the good things that come with ZK, right? So, I mean, this is an example of a game, and there's many other games that are using ZK technology to scale. Basically, you get the best of both worlds, right? You get to be in the Ethereum ecosystem and all the developers and the code base and everything that comes with it, right? Yet you can remove high gas fees and congestion and just make it work. So that's why I think ZK technology is very, very interesting, right? So in case of ZkRace, they have NFT horses that people can use to race and grow and breed and do a whole bunch of stuff. And I did see that they recently did rebrand. It used to be called D-Race, now ZkRace, because they're fully embracing Zk-Rollup for their game, and they have a new token. And I did notice that they're up pretty good today, or this week, 47%. So another example. Anyways, so all these examples from today, basically using Zk-Rollups, and it's very vital to Ethereum. So pay attention. As Ethereum gets stronger, all these other projects that relate to Ethereum in the ecosystem will probably get stronger as well. All right, that's pretty much it. Let's do some Q&A. All right, happy Saturday. And I apologize, I was an hour late today because I had some family activities. All right, scrolling up here. Let me see if I missed anything. Chris says, when your grandma starts asking about BTC, then it's too late. As funny as that sounds, you know, even my own grandmother is in crypto, so I do think there's that's valid. Because she got in in 2021 toward the top of the last bull cycle, but it kind of shows you when FOMO hits, it really hits. Everyone is going to FOMO in, and we're not even there yet. We're nowhere close to there. Once we hit 2025, that's when things will start really getting crazy. Someone says my volume is very low. I don't know why that happens. Sometimes my volume just kicks down for no reason. Let me see if I adjust it. I don't think I adjust it. More microphone. I'll have to adjust it afterwards. I can't find it right now. All right. Chipotle 50 to 1 stock split. I would not buy Chipotle stock. Nvidia though on fire. Josh says, isn't it great that a FIT bill passed? Well, that was only, Josh, it is great, but that was only for the House, not the Senate. So I think the Senate's going to take a lot longer to approve, unless it already approved. But last time I saw, it was just the House, not the Senate. CryptoPong says Polygon is everywhere. That's right. Malcolm, no bro. We're all George. AU 106. Stacks price prediction this cycle. Stacks will go higher because Bitcoin is going to go higher. So stacks will follow. I don't know. I don't know how high they could go. They already broke through the 2021 high at almost $4. So can they hit like $10 by the end of this cycle? Yeah. Did you see the new Algorand ad bashing Solana? I did not. I don't even know why. I don't even know why they have an ad. I don't know if they've seen the XRP one. There's no need for crypto projects to come out with ads. None whatsoever. Do I stake any of my crypto? At this current time, no. I don't know why my volume went down. Sometimes when it does an update or something. Microphone. Let me get, okay, I put out 100%. I don't know if that made any difference. Dog with hat or beam. If you had to put 5K in today. Oof. I don't know. If it's long term, then go with Beam because gaming. And I just did a big thing about gaming. So if it's long term, then yeah, I would go with Beam. If it's short term, then probably Whiff. All right, now people say sound is better. I said 100%. Nice smack. I type in AMS 120X scammer using your video. Yes. I don't know why. Those scammers are just stupid. They keep doing the same thing, like some kind of Amazon AMS or AMX or AM, whatever, and they make it doesn't even look like a real crypto. But yeah, they're getting sophisticated and they're using AI to try to use my videos and make me say stuff, but just be careful, right? And I've been reporting a lot of them. If you see them, go report them. Michael Saylor AI videos are all over YouTube. Yeah, there's so many. Every single like crypto video you click on basically shows some kind of scam AI generated interview. I mean, unfortunately, YouTube can't tell. You know, it's funny because I sent some of those AI generated videos, scam videos of myself to my YouTube rep, and he sent it to whatever marketing, well, whatever department, you know, to analyze. It was so good that they thought that it wasn't AI generated. They thought they just stole my content. I'm like, no, they didn't steal my content. No, they took my content and used AI and made it say things I never said. So it's like so good they didn't even know how to like respond to it. And then finally after I said that, they're like, oh, okay, and then they like banned those videos. It's getting nuts. It's getting nuts. Sith Lord, do you have all of your portfolio in crypto? Yeah, like basically 99.9%. If you count my cars, then obviously, you know, they're assets. They're not in crypto, but like in terms of pure like investments, then yes. I have very little in Coinbase options. Very, very little, but yeah, it's all crypto. You still think Sol's flipping ETH this cycle with a sentiment shift? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I hate to say I might be wrong because I said Sol was go flip, but you know, if Wall Street starts dumping billions into ETH, then you know, I don't know. But you know, then again, if Ethereum gets an ETF, you know, what's coming next? Will we get a Sol ETF next year? Or even end of this year? If we get that, then it's going to even up the playing field, and then Sol's go get, you know, billions pumped into it too. So I don't know. I still think Sol's going to go a lot higher, and it will catch up, but it may be hard because ETH now has ETFs. Can you check out Blaze Storyfire? Seems like a high potential US based project and brand new microcap with solid narratives. Okay, I'll check it in my spare time, but not right now. A new Bohara, thank you. How do we know we're officially in alt season? It seems like it started last week. Do we know? No, we're not in alt season. We're nowhere close to alt season. Ethereum pump, only because of ETF news. But no, the others didn't really move all that much. But that's okay. It gives us more time to accumulate. Alt season always happens at a tail end of every cycle. That's just how it is. We're going to see alts really move in 2025. Now, usually that happens when the Bitcoin bubble bursts or Bitcoin tops out. This time around, I'm not so sure Bitcoin's going to top out anytime soon. So I think we may see money flow in from Ethereum, for example, or from the memes. You know, as memes get bigger and bigger and bigger, you know, that money may flow out and go into the alts. And that may be the driver of the alts this cycle. You know, I think this cycle is going to be different than the previous cycles. Thoughts on Ronin Network, 1 million DAU. I mean, Ronin just lost a lot of momentum after they got hacked for like $800 million or something, or 650 million. It's just too much. I know they're coming back, and there are some games that are on Ronin, but I don't know. It's hard to recover from that. I mean, that's just too big of a loss, you know? And I don't know if they ever recover any of it, or they pay back people, or it's just chalked it up like, okay, we got hacked, and that was it. Do you think there'll be a Litecoin ETF? No, because no one is asking for it. I mean, no one is asking for Litecoin ETF. Not one of the big fund makers. No one on no one. It doesn't make any sense. Institutions, if they're going to invest, they want to invest in the greatest and the best, right? So as long as Bitcoin's around, there's zero reason to invest in Litecoin. Litecoin over the past 10 years, 15 years has trailed Bitcoin, and it keeps dropping lower and lower on the CMC chart. So there's no good reason for it. Now, as for Ethereum, I think it's just established names, the first for smart contracts. So there are still some interest in it from the institutions. And of course, they are still the dominant chain. They have the most TVL. I recognize that. But I think soon, we're probably going to get talks about creating ETF for Solana. Do you think there will be an ADA ETF? Probably not. Probably not. I don't know. Maybe. There could be. One day, you know, in 10 years, there may be an ETF for all these big caps. Okay, but like right now, if I had to place a bet on the next coin to get an ETF, it would be Sol. That's who I would bet on. Dustin, I have no idea. No idea how long it's going to take. It could be even the end of the summer. I mean, it could be end of the year. I thought Ethereum ETF wasn't going to come until next year. So I was wrong about that. But, I mean, think about it. Think about how fast Ethereum ETFs were approved. You know, the first application, no asking for more comments, no extending the deadline, no nothing, no denial. Just instantly approved, basically. So it wouldn't be hard to imagine after ETH ETFs start trading, you know, in July or August, we may hear these funds say, hey, we want Solana ETFs, and we could get it by the end of the year. Anything's possible now. Because I really did not think Gary and SEC was going to approve Ethereum ETFs. Especially with all the rumors about how they wanted to, you know, sue them for being a security. But now that we have it, they basically said, no, we recognize a commodity. And if they recognize Ethereum as a commodity, then pretty much anything else that has followed in the same footsteps are commodities too. So Solana may be getting one end of the year. Who knows? No one really wants. XRP can get its ETF, but no one's asking for it. Especially after Ripple goes public. Ripple goes public, everyone would probably want the Ripple shares, and now Ripple's coming out with their own stablecoin. Who's going to want XRP? Institutions are not going to buy XRP. They're going to buy the new stablecoin, and they're going to buy shares if they want to see, you know, profit with Ripple. So I actually think people don't see that yet. No, I don't hold breath. And look at dog with no hat. Dustin, I'm going to just skip that. I'm just going to skip it. I'm taking a breather on new meme coins. because none of them seem to be doing well. All right, guys, I'll let you guys go. Overall, Bitcoin holders, a lot to look forward to. 69,000 is not a bad spot to be. We're going to go higher soon. If not today, if not tomorrow, next week. If not next week, next month. It's going to happen. This is not time to be worried. I don't know if anyone's worried. And Ethereum is doing well. That's why I covered a lot of projects, Zk-Rollup based, that does help Ethereum scale. And plus, it helps themselves. So, smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys on Monday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. There will be another chart storm on CRU Plus today. And a Sunday walk video tomorrow. All right? Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.